The newest addition to the Star Wars gaming world is here with Star Wars Outlaws. The game immediately sets up its antagonist as the opening scene shows Sliro, the new boss of the crime syndicate Zarek Besh, speaking to representatives of other high-ranking syndicates such as the Pikes, Hutts, and Crimson Dawn. To open the scene, the music employs synths and electronic drum beats first, setting an interestingly retro tone.
Hungry?
But as Sliro enters, the low brass accompany him with his theme that we can identify with this massive octave descent before leaping up a minor sixth, stepping down, and then leaping back down to its tonic.
So, finally Zarek Besh is here.
The music shifts substantially though as Sliro sits down and the meeting begins. As Sliro speaks, ominous chords slowly grow, but the music again shifts dramatically as Sliro's tone shifts to something more sinister and accusatory.
Pikes, Crimson Dawn, Hutts. It's a golden age for the underworld. The Empire's little Death Star gets blown to pieces and the law is distracted by a rebellion that won't quit. It's an opportunity to make millions. But, to my surprise, one of you sends a spy into my own house when I thought we all could share this feast.
The pulsing creates energy before the shift creates more tension because it keeps us on our toes, not really sure what's going to happen next. After his accusation, the music builds again with tight dissonances and occasional attacks in the brass. It builds until the Hutt representative's outburst, which also halts the music.
You know,
But as Sliro continues, the music shifts back, again beckoning his theme, this time in the French horn. From there, the music builds once more to a dissonant climax as Sliro watches his rivals be gunned down.
he always came first. Even at dinner. If he'd finished his meal, he'd just take my plate. All I could do was watch him chew. Go hungry.
What is the point of this?
If Zarek Besh wants partners, forget it. Been done, doesn't work.
Partners? Weren't you listening? I'm starving. It's time to eat.
Next, we finally open on our protagonist and the character that we'll be playing as, Kay Vess. The music immediately takes on a lighter and more peaceful quality with strings, marimba, and flute. As Kay gets up, those same electronic drums from the opening return though.
I know, buddy. Just give me a minute. This'll work, right? Where is it?
And then, as we take over control, Kay's theme plays quickly. We recognize it as this music that turns before settling lower. Immediately after that though, we can hear the music of a cantina below us. And as we make our way downstairs, sure enough, we find ourselves in a cantina full of father race gambling on Canto Bight. And this cantina even includes its own jukebox, just like in Jedi Survivor, so keep an eye out for a new playlist that I'll be curating just for those tracks. Right now, the jukebox only has 2 tracks, but I imagine that this is something that we'll be able to add 2 more later on. The track is an interesting mixture of electronic beats, pop background vocals, and aspects of Indian music. As we go further, we see the owner Bram conversing with someone over a deal.
Don't know the crew, don't like it.
If you change your mind, let me know.
Kay's theme plays through in the high horn again before she enters the picture. From there, an ostinato or repeating rhythmic pattern enters in the strings. It leads way to a new theme and track that we'll hear throughout our time in the lower portion of Canto Bight that we'll hear more of soon.
Don't know the crew, don't like it.
If you change your mind, let me know.
So, Bram, that for me?
No. But this is...
My data spike.
Yeah. And it's broken. Some scrap rat was selling it in the square.
As Kay leaves, her theme plays once more.
Then I'll put it towards your rent.
I said I'm good, Bram.
And as we leave the cantina, strangely, we hear Sliro's theme quickly as fireworks explode over the Canto Bight arena. That same track from Canto Bight returns afterwards. The jazzy inflections of the bass and piano give a smoky parlor vibe while the music grooves, but the track then shifts to Sliro's theme before lively accelerating to a false climax.
The Canto Cup's been good to me. A 3-month friend at the party.
This works since we find out soon that Sliro is actually on Canto Bight. From there, a fast oscillation in the strings picks up. This leads way to Kay's theme again, and I think the intention of this track is essentially to foreshadow the crossing of paths of Kay and Sliro very soon in how it's already designed by fate. Personally, I did think it was strange to hear Sliro's theme at all here. The variations of Kay's theme that come after make far more sense in the context of initially getting to know our protagonist. But his theme was brief enough to not overly distract. Hopefully, it's not overused though throughout this game.
Lot of shakedowns tonight. Police will be loaded with credits.
As we continue through the lower regions of Canto Bight, the music settles more into the background as occasional chords enter on a vibraphone, with the motor turned on, and this gives the chords a vibrato or shaking effect to go with simple drones. I was surprised, based on the amount of activity that this track wasn't a bit more lively to go with everything.
Hey, come here.
Hey, Nafis, kinda busy.
Just hear me out. I got an opening on my duct scrubber team. Sometimes the droid gets stuck, and I could sure use a good crawler. It's tough work.
After retrieving the fixed data spike, we eventually make our way into Club Tarsus. The moment we enter, we hear heavy electronic rock playing, and as we enter the main hall, we see the live band, including a Twi'lek on keyboard and what appears to be a WED-15 Septoid Treadwell, or a close variant of it. We first saw one of these all the way back in A New Hope as one of the droids that the Jawas pulled out of their sandcrawler, and it was a nice little Easter egg to see one playing the drums here. As we move further away, the music turns into general heist music as we grab the Identicard. It keeps a consistent syncopated rhythm in the bass, adding rhythmic tension, while over top we hear a frantic run of notes that constantly change direction. It was a good reflection of Kay's nerves at this point, and I have to say I'm enjoying the rhythmic challenge that comes with using the data spike. It's a weird way to pick a lock for sure, but you have to listen to the underlying rhythmic pattern and then press when you anticipate the beats with it. I was having fun trying to land these and learned quickly that you have to be a little bit ahead of the actual count. The frantic heist music continues as Kay flees, with the bass continuing its upending pulsating while flurries continue over top. and at times we can hear the music's inspiration from Mission Impossible music both in the rhythm pattern of 3-3-2-2 and also in the flute tremolos. As the heist continues to go southward as Kay fights her way out, the brass enter as well as the music builds to a proclamation of her theme as well. Golden scrape cymbals and other haunting sounds bring us back into the daylight of a Canto Bight morning.
For a while, we don't leave the attic. Yeah.
It continues an eerie feeling all the way through the cantina.
That's a conversation I don't need.
But as Kay enters her room and Bram confronts her, more serious music begins the conversation. It's quickly interrupted by the commotion downstairs as the haunting cues return.
I told you, Kay. 6 kin will have your head.
Hey, Ben! We know you're here. Let's make this easy.
You say nothing. You do nothing.
The story feels a little clunky so far and rushed, but that does add maybe to the chaos, and the mechanics of gameplay do feel nice to me. But I hope to get more variety from the music as I continue. The heist music already seems a little bit too much playing on tropes that I've heard so many times before. I'm eager to continue this game soon, but I would absolutely love to know what all of you think. I'm breaking the game down as I play it, similar to how I would watch a weekly TV show, so there are elements that may make more sense to me as I release later videos for further missions. If you've played already, are you enjoying the game? If you haven't played yet, are you excited for Outlaws? What do you think of the music so far? Tell me in the comments below what you think, and consider checking out my Patreon page using the link in the description, where you can help support this channel for as little as $1 a month, or download PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them, along with other perks at higher tiers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of a galaxy far, far away, and as always, may the be with you.